What's going on, guys? Stefan, S&E's Garage. Today we're here again with our 2021 Toyota Camry TRD, and we are going to be installing the rear window spoiler from Hirev Motorsports. Overall, it looks like a very nice piece. It's painted in like a gloss black, and it comes with some really nice 3M double-sided tape that we're actually going to go ahead and apply. So let's go ahead, let's get started, and get right into it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do here is lay our styrofoam out on the trunk, and then we're more or less just going to lay the spoiler on the trunk. And we're going to basically use the trunk as a workbench right now, and we're going to apply the double-sided tape on all of the edges of this spoiler where it's going to contact the back window. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spray a microfiber rag with some Windex, like so. And I'm just going to take it and I'm going to wipe down everywhere that the double-sided tape is going to stick on this spoiler, so that I don't have any issues with adhesion. We want this thing to stick, we want it to be one and done, and we want it to be right. So we go ahead, clean that off. Now we're going to let this dry for a couple minutes, let the Windex dry. We're going to open up our double-sided tape here, and we're going to start applying it. Alright, so everything's kind of dried out now. We're basically going to do 3 different strips here. I'm going to do one on each edge, and I'm going to do one across the top. So you are going to need a pair of scissors to trim the tape, make it, right. So I'm going to go ahead, get this going. I'm going to show you what I got. Alright guys, so we got our double-sided tape applied to the spoiler. You'll see I did a strip here. I did a little filler here. One big strip all the way across the top, a little filler, and then one other strip here on the side. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go get some masking tape or something of the sort, and we're going to mock this up because I don't want to pull, the other side of the double-sided tape off until I know that I have this mocked up exactly the way I want it. And I also need to, even though I just washed the car yesterday, I do need to just wipe down the window with some Windex where it's going to stick, because like I said before, we want it to stick right the first time. So let's go ahead, let's get this mocked up. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it, and then we're going to go ahead and apply it. Alright guys, so I got this thing just about as centered as I'm going to be able to get it. Keep in mind, it is aftermarket. It's not going to fit perfect. But what I did here is I used some black tape. This isn't electrical tape. This is like wire harness tape. I have plenty of that from when I was at the dealer. And I basically lined it up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a razor blade and I'm going to cut it right at the gap. And I'm going to leave the tape on both the car and the spoiler. That way when I pull the ends off of the double-sided tape, I can use this tape here as my guide. The tape needs to line up when I put this thing back on both sides. So I'm probably going to start by pulling the tape off of the top, and then I'm going to move on to the sides, if that makes sense. Or I might just pull it all off. Let's see how we make out. Alright guys, we got the double-sided tape off. The spoiler is, for all intents and purposes, locked and loaded. So like I said, we have it marked. So all I need to do is get this tape to more or less line up the tape marks that I made. And we're just going to walk around the car and ensure that our tape lines up. Once it does, just gently push down on the window where the tape is, the double-sided tape I should say, and then I'm going to show you guys the finished product. Alright, so like I showed you, I'm going to show you now, where I cut my tape, you'll see that the tape lines acted as a guide for you to line the spoiler up. So you'll see there's a little bit, this spoiler isn't perfect. It's not long enough by, a couple millimeters. You can see I have a gap on this side, and I have a small gap on this side too, but I wanted it centered, and that's basically as centered as I'm going to get it. So we're just going to go around the car, or the back of the, the spoiler. We're going to push down on this, make sure that the tape has adhered, and that should be it. All we got to do now is pull the tape that we used as our template off. There. Let's pull it off on this side. We're going to pull it off right here. And there it is. That is how you install the rear window spoiler from Hirev Motorsports. My buddy Maverick over here helping with the wife and our new baby boy. So with that said, please like, share, subscribe. Every like, every share, every subscribe helps. Helps bring us, more exciting content. I got a lot of things coming, a lot of things going on. So we'll see you on the next one.